Hello there and welcome to a packed new episode of Newsdesk, the weekly games news roundup from TheSixthAxis.com. Straight into the announcements this week, with the biggest being this year's instalment in Codemasters F1 Racing Series. The big new addition is a mode called F1 Classics, which lets you race retro cars against legendary drivers on classic circuits. The 80s themed Classic Pack comes with the standard edition of the game, but the 90s set will only be included in the game's Special Edition, or available as a separate DLC pack. Next up is a new version of Street Fighter, titled Ultra Street Fighter 4, which adds Rolento, Elena, Hugo, Poison and a mysterious fifth new fighter to the game, alongside a rebalance of the core gameplay. There's also a new Strider game on the way from Capcom, coming to PCs, current and next-gen consoles, and there's a new Ace Combat game titled Infinity that's exclusive to PS3, and a game based on the Lego movie due out next summer, alongside the film itself. If you thought that might be it, think again. Angry Birds Star Wars 2 is on the way to mobiles, adding Skylanders-style scannable toys to the formula, while the original game is headed to every console under the sun. Pokemon Rumble U is coming to Europe and the US this August, Half-Brick's Colossatron Massive World Threat is coming soon to iOS, while an online RPG based in the universe of cult series Firefly is due on mobile and tablet next year, and TSA's lore has finally been confirmed in practice. As a list of recently announced games grows longer, the closer the probability of a Pac-Man endless runner turning up gets to 1. In the news this week, Sony have agreed to pay a £250,000 fine in the UK related to the 2011 PlayStation Network hack. The company originally appealed the fine, claiming that the network itself was the victim of the hack, not users, but it's decided to pay up to avoid having to disclose information relating to their internal security systems. Elsewhere, Microsoft have confirmed that the Xbox One will support the playing of games after only part of their download, as well as revealing that there will be a compulsory Day 1 patch for Forza 5 that adds a significant amount of the game's launch content. Meanwhile, Battlestar Galactica's Michael Angeli has revealed at a San Diego Comic-Con panel that he's working on a new game from Sony's Santa Monica studio, and EA have confirmed that there will still be a new college American football game next year, despite losing the NCAA license. Last weekend's fighting game event, EVO, has brought with it some announcements for upcoming titles, including the addition of Glacius to the Killer Instinct roster alongside a hint of Chief Thunder, and news that the game will use Kinect to recognise players and load up their preferences during tournaments, while Injustice Gods Among Us is getting the JLA's Martian Manhunter. Final Dishonored DLC pack, The Brigmore Witches, is due on the 14th of August. Rayman Legends will feature upgraded versions of 40 levels from 2011's Origins, and the first gameplay footage has been released for next year's Mad Max game, focusing on the game's vehicle combat and brawling. Sad news for fans of now defunct developer Zipper Interactive. Sony have confirmed that the servers for their most recent PS3 online shooter MAG and the two SOCOM PS3 games Confrontation and Special Forces will be shutting down at the end of January next year, while Irrational Games head honcho Ken Levine has revealed that he's been talking to Sony and 2K in an attempt to get the previously announced but never actually in development BioShock Vita project off the ground. Sony has revamped the DRM behind its PSN video store, enabling users to re-download their purchased titles in the same way as game content for the first time since the service is launched. And in another Comic-Con announcement, LEGO and Mojang have revealed new mini-sets based on Minecraft's Nether region and villages, due at the beginning of September. In other news, American McGee has decided to abandon his Oh Zombie Kickstarter project in order to focus on doing something with the film rights to his Twisted Alice universe. Tottenham Hotspur's Gareth Bale is the UK-specific cover athlete for FIFA 14, and a whole bunch of indie and other titles are getting ported all over the place, as illustrated by the following informational graphic. Do-do-do, be-do-do, be-do-be-do-do-do. Be-do-be-do-be-do-do-do, be-do-do, do-be-do-be-do. Chart time, and you'll never guess what's number one. That's right, it's still The Last of Us, with Animal Crossing back in second and new 3DS release Mario & Luigi Dream Team Bros at number 3. A couple of last little bits to finish up. Pixel Junk Monsters Ultimate HD is arriving on Vita on the 31st of July for £10, and Stealth Inc.'s Teleporter Chambers DLC pack will be free for the first 2 weeks following its cross-buy PSN release next Wednesday. Finally, Earthbound is now available on the Wii U Virtual Console, and EU PlayStation Plus subscribers will gain access to PS3's Need for Speed Most Wanted, Spec Ops The Line and Mafia 2, as well as Vita's LEGO Lord of the Rings and When Vikings Attack on the 31st of July. That's it for this week's news desk, but stick to TheSixthAxis.com for all the latest gaming news, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube to get that news right to your eyeballs. We'll be back with more News Desk next week. Thanks for watching. Be-doo be-doo doo 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 doo. Be-doo doo 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 doo.